This is your host, Gabriel Phoenix, and welcome to another action-packed day. That's right, kapow! And as you can see, I got actually a new webcam. I'm very excited about it. I did get the new Razer Pro, Kio Pro. It looks absolutely wonderful. I still can't believe how shiny it is. Makes lighting is so much better. My camera was very old. It's from 2011 before, so it was really nice to get a new camera that is at least 10 years newer. So I'm very excited to see this. Actually, I think it's about 2012, the camera I had before the webcam. But it was really good, actually. It was Logitech, so it just shows you how well they hold out and how wonderful those webcams do. So this right here is the new image. So, but you're not here for the new webcam, even though I look good, yes, and all perfect. You're here to actually learn about the Witch King. And so let's dive right into it and get right into the build for the Witch King. Oh, yes. Tell him, Golem. Tell him. All right, so we're going to go over about the Witch King. We're going to go over some builds and check it out and go over who he is. And I'm going to show you a couple of builds because everyone knows the one build. And when you see it, you're going to hear it. So who is the Witch King? The Witch King of Angmar is the most powerful of all the Nazgul, or the Ringwraiths, 9 lords of men, deceived by Sauron and corrupted by his gift. He is the commander of Sauron's army and a being of incredible power. Sorry. A prophecy says, "He shall not fall by the hand of man. This is my hour. Do you not know death when you see it? Die now and curse in vain." Though, well, that's actually pretty cool they put that in there. I didn't know they actually put that phase in there. That was pretty cool. So, the Lord of the Ringwraith was a powerful new, I'm going to say this as best I can, Númenórean king alive during the Second Age, tricked by Sauron with the gift of a ring of power. A gift with a very long lifespan thanks to the power of the ring. He eventually turned into a wraith more than 4,000 years before the War of the Ring. Deceived by Sauron's gift, he turned into a Ringwraith during the Second Age. He fought in the War of the Last Alliance and disappeared after Sauron's defeat. Founded the Kingdom of Angmar on the orders of Sauron in the Third Age to attack the men of Arnor from the north. Although Angmar army eventually suffered defeat from an alliance of Gondor, Lindor armies, the Mannish Kingdom of Arnor fell after the fall of Frostnor, the capital city. Wow, they actually go really into the history of it. I didn't expect that to actually them to dive deep down into that and actually give more of the history that are only found in the books, not in the movie. So, rebuild Mordor's armies on Sauron's order with the help of the other Ringwraiths and captured the neighboring Minas Ithil, rebaptizing it Minas Morgul, killed the last king of Gondor, Irnor, which started a rule of the Stewards, led an army from Mordor to capture and eventually destroy Osgiliath, the former capital of Gondor. Confronted by Aragorn, and the hobbits at the Weathertop, stabbing Frodo with the Morgul blade, got his physical form destroyed by the great flood of the river of Brunani near Brunani. I think that I said that wrong. Brunanel. I think Niel. I think it's En, so it's N. So Brunanin, I think, near Riverdale, along with the other Ringwraiths. After reappearing in Mordor, planned the invasion of Gondor, led the army of Sauron during the Battle of the Pelennor Fields, besieging Minas Tirith, and confronted Gandalf the White at the door of the White City. Got defeated by Meridok, the Bardibok, and Eowyn by being struck in the heel by Merry's barrel blade, which weakened the wraith grass on its physical form, and a direct blow from Rionan's sword, which banished him to the void. You know, I always, besides the whole thing like that, so I always thought that his story was very similar to Achilles when they did the heel thing. You know, the Achilles heel, I guess that's how they played it towards the end. That was kind of very interesting right there with the Witch King. But let's get into the build. So that way we can go in the guides. But that was a little history. I guess we can, if you guys are more interested in talking about the characters and you want to know more what my opinions are and just getting like the philosophies behind them, let me know in the comments. I'll love to do a segment on that. That'd be really good, and we'll be able to get learn more about it. So let's get into the Witch King. So the Witch King is very interesting. He's designed as a physical damage dealer. Like, his might damage is so strong, but his skill build is so heavily focused on focus damage. It's kind of a little interesting. So when he was first released back in beta, we were very confused on how to build him. It took a while, and then finally somebody cracked the nut and was like, oh my god, this build right here, we gotta get some alchemists here and he's gonna be great. But there's actually two ways to build him. The second way is not known very well, but it still works. It's really wonderful. It's just very hard to build, and it does work pretty significantly well as just like the alchemist, but we'll go into that. So what I use for him as gear is I do focus on might and focus, because just like all the Nazguls, might and focus are pretty good to use because they do have some benefits on it, especially deciding on what armies. Typically you want to do might and focus because your focus is going to be boost anyways with his regular skills like the ring wraith skills, and what you want to do is get the might, because Corsair does focus damage and might and physical might damage, so you want to be able to get that going. So what I did, I put the Morgul blade to get increase of my Uruk-hai's, because we're going to be able to do more Uruk-hai's attack with alchemist, so they're +1 attack on there, plus the damage that they deal is going to be on the might of Uruk-hai is +6 damage. This is wonderful, and is his signature blade, so you actually can really do a lot with those. The next one, I put the Berserker Remnant. What it does is it will give my HP for the Uruk-hai +1, might will be +23, and the defense of the Uruk-hai is a +8 with the resilience of Uruk-hai. And then the mask, I put Bone Mask because it is a +15 on might and focus. HP will get +2, which helps with the alchemist survive as well. And the ally will deal more burn damage because we use Corsair and we use alchemist as far as burn damage on that. We'll go in more into the unit building. And right here, we're going to be doing Shield of the White Hand. Now, this is actually a really good one to use. It's going to +12 on the Uruk-hai defense, as well as orcs. It's going to boost your focus like crazy, and your might damage is going to be +12. It's really phenomenal. Highly recommend you guys using that because it really works really well with the Witch King. So let's get into the skills now and what is typically for the Witch King. Typically for the Witch King, the main build that everyone knows that is used religiously is you're going to be doing the Black Captain, which is going to make your orcs, urukais, and evil men and trolls as a plus 30 damage. That right there is phenomenal. Really phenomenal, because you're just getting extra damage. And when you max that out, it's HP is plus 2, so you're already getting so much from there. And then you build with the Urukai damage reduction of 14%, which is so good. So then you're going to boost your Ring Wraith, which is going to boost your burn, poison, focus damage by plus 30, and you're going to get a plus 15 for max level effect, which is going to make it even a hell of a lot better. Then you're going to max out your Nazgul Screech, which is going to stun, do heavy focus damage, and continue to do focus damage throughout the turn. I just did this as fun. You don't really have to put this. I put it as poison damage to continue damage as you keep going on to other rounds. And I just put Lord of the Nazgul because it just decreased the damage right there. I give him a little burn, and then I give him a little physical damage just so the Witch King can do a little bit, can be more useful, because during battle, the Witch King, he really doesn't do much. He's just there to boost the army. It's your army that's doing significant amount of damage, and they do a hell of a lot of damage. I mean, it is ridiculous how much damage they do, and it is phenomenal to see how it plays out, because it's just something that you like to do and like to use with them. And I just think that's really great how it really works out for them. And you'll see, like, when we get into battle, what we're going to be doing. And now, before, I usually go into battle so you can see the skills, how they do, but the Witch King's a little different. Like I said, he doesn't really do anything himself. It's more like his boosting of his units. So to able to understand his functionality, we're going to be able to go into the units and look at what we use. So the Witch King, we are primarily using Alchemist. We use a ton of Alchemists. How much Alchemist you're going to stock on a level 50 or even a level 40 is 6,000 units of Alchemist. You need 6,000 units of Alchemist. He heavily wants to use Alchemist, and it's all because of this plus 300 burn damage. The 300 burn damage matters a lot. It works perfectly, and you want to be able to do that as well. The next thing you want to do, the X is not working here, is the Corsairs. You want to do Corsairs because the Corsairs are going to do 100 burn damage when you max out. I didn't max out the gold because I've been spending it on, you know, mema kills and Fell Beast. So I was like, whatever. And 9 is pretty good. It's only 2% less. It doesn't matter. It's not a really big, and that's only 1%, which is ridiculous for Corsairs. They should at least made at least 2% or 10% difference. It's kind of ridiculous how the Corsairs' ability could be a little better. But besides that, they are really good, decent units. They have avoidance, which you can get lucky if so, but they do a decent amount of damage. They have a decent amount of defense, and their HP is not bad. So they are pretty good. You're mostly going to be doing them for burn damage to kind of follow up and kind of continue. Main reason why you want to do not pure Alchemist is because unfortunately Witch King in this build is a glass cannon. What does that mean is that when you do go fight, here let me get some PvP stuff here. When you do get into a fight, you're going to be seeing that the Witch King is good for power hitting. Meaning that he's going to go in there and he's going to hit hard. Here's a level 50. This guy is super powered up. And you're going with Oathbreakers, and we just demolished that army completely. So we're going to go into it, and you're going to see exactly why the Witch King is a glass cannon. I mean, he's only able to survive the first 2 rounds. After that, if you don't pass the first 2 rounds, you're done. You're a done deal, and you will not be able to go forward and do a lot of damage. It's just, unfortunately, it's just how it is. You have to make sure you win in the first 2 rounds, otherwise you'll lose all your army. And this is what happened in this case. So the Alchemist there, they're going to be doing 6,000 on the second unit because of the heavy damage, but you saw it did 23,000 damage, which is great. That is phenomenal. There you go with the 17 damage on their side. And when you get really high level, when you're fighting these high levels, you're going to be seeing like 20,000, 30,000. They just get ridiculous. So there's the Corsair. They attack twice. Boom, boom, and there you go. The Alchemist is attacking twice. Boom, and there is the 68,000 damage. Why most people use Alchemist to begin with is that 60,000 damage. As you can see, round 2's over. Now we're in trouble. Now, because as you see, I have still a significant amount of units, but after round 2, guess what happens? I don't get to attack twice. So, and now my Alchemists, and this is why you need a lot of Alchemists too. Now my Alchemists are going to struggle. They're going to still do decent amount of damage, but they're going to struggle hard because the opponent is a lot quicker than the Alchemist, and they're going to start eliminating them like crazy. So here you go. As you can see, there's a big chunk of Alchemists got taken down. Corsairs got taken down. We had 3,000 Corsairs, I believe 2,000 or 3,000, and those are already taken out. And now you're gonna start seeing the bar in the bottom start shifting like this. And we're all the way to the right-hand side, and now here. Hey, how you doing, Mitchell? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. And this is where all that damage is just gonna catch. So after round 2, you're gonna fall heavily, and it's a sucks, but that's why the Witch King is a glass cannon. You gotta get in there, hard strike, do as much. You can put trolls. You could put tier 3 mountain trolls. It will be able to block and soak that damage up, and you can last a 3rd round or 4th round where you don't lose your Alchemist as much, but you sacrifice the damage, and then you're still taking risk. As you can see, I'm still doing a significant amount of damage, but even in round 6, we're going to be losing crazy amount of units right now, and that's very costly. 6,000 Alchemists are not cheap to make, and they're not quick to make. You can't make 6,000 Alchemists very quickly. It's very time consuming. Even when you heal up the injured, it's not going to be as much. So you're going to have to make sure you have some back supplies to keep feeding the Witch King. So that's why, you know, we do these kind of things. But if you are successful, what's going to happen is, here you go. You're going to start crushing them. One hit crushing, and then you're going to lead into another one, do most of the damage, and then you're going to end up doing things like this. Victory, draw, victory, and this is why people do the Witch King, because he is just phenomenal. He can go in there, like, he can go in there and destroy. Let's see, what's a good army to show you guys. Okay, this guy used primarily Oathbreakers. I have seen the new Tempen set. It's pretty wonderful. We'll go over that another time. But with the Witch King here, when you actually go there, you're gonna see how much damage he does. But again, like I said, like this guy's using pure Oathbreakers, so that focus damage is gonna go in there. It's gonna be able to destroy and be able to wipe them out clearly. And there you go. Legolas is being able to get all that goes. The Corsairs are coming. Boom. Hard hitting. Boom. Wiped out their Oathbreakers in 1 round. That is just amazingly nuts. And here you go. Then they're doing a little damage now because we took all that. And round 2 is when we start taking and wiping them out. So that right there was brutal to watch because those units just died so quickly. Boom, 8,000. Here it comes. Boom. Bam. There you go. Done deal. All wiped out. That's good to go. And usually when you fight something like that, it's very easy. You can keep going on. As you've seen, I went from here, did another fight. Actually, yeah, I went from here, I did another fight here, started wiping him out. I won over here. This guy tried to come in and help, and it was totally it was flawless. Mwah! So flawless victory. And that's how it was there. As you can see, here's my Shadow. Shadow just wrecking the field. Look at that. Look at Shadow just destroying everything. I love him. If you haven't seen the Shadow, and by the way, for people who love this game, who hasn't seen this game or played the game, I do have a download link below. It's in the description. You can download that and you can play the game with us and enjoy ourselves. This game is a lot of fun. And if you haven't seen the Shadow build and you want to be able to be this powerful with Shadow, please check out my latest video where I released a build on Shadow. And we also did another one on Black Servant. So back into the action. So a lot of people were like, well, that's the only build you do for the Witch King. You do Alchemists, Corsairs, maybe some Mountain Trolls, and that's all you can really do. You know, maybe that's it. Well, there is another build, my friend, and let's show you what it is. Now, this is a build that was one of his original builds, but then I guess it got forgotten. And that has to do with his Fell Beast. So let's reset the tree, and we're going to show you how that build is. This is the second build I recommend for Witch King. It's really good, and I'm going to show you how it works. So, we're going to be able to boost this all the way to here. We're gonna go to 14. Go right here. Okay, and then we're gonna give stun immune to the Fell Beast. Of course, we're gonna boost this up like crazy. We want this to go all the way up. And then we're gonna want this to attack twice. Of course, that's the perfect one. Now, here's what we're going to be doing. So, we want to be able to boost this up to level 8, I think. Let's see here. Boom, boom. 5. About there. 17. Minus 35. And this is going to be a percentage. We want to do physical damage. And then I'm trying to remember. I think I was supposed to do one here and then do that. Yeah, okay. So it doesn't matter. Either way, this is working perfectly fine. That's what we wanted to do, was keep decreasing the defense. It goes up to about like 30%. It works every round for one round. And then what you want to do is just decrease their whole entire attack. So in this build, what you're gonna do is you're gonna max reduce your opponent's ability to do might damage and focus damage by 45. You're gonna increase your Witch King's focus and speed by 45. It's not really for the focus. We're gonna do a physical build here. Because we're going to reduce the enemy's defense by 35, which is really gruesome. We're going to give, of course, plus 30 damage to Uruk-hais, evil men, orcs, and trolls. And then we're going to plus 7 on this to give them 75% on all units get to attack twice. And then right here, we are going to be able to lower defense, do physical damage. I want to be able to make this higher. Can I make this higher? Is it possible? Can I make this higher? Here you go. Usually, because he is 48, so I'll have 2 points there. So I'll go boom, boom, put that. I think... No, we're good like that. Because I just remembered something. This right here, the physical damage is okay. The percentage is not that great because it only lasts for one turn. You want the full max minus 30 of 35. It's been a while since I've done this build. So, we got that. So, what do we use now we have that build as part? Usually, you're going to put a whole bunch of berserkers. Like, you're going to put 6,000 berserkers just like this with Fell Beast. Those are the 2 units you're going to use. I wasn't prepared for the video. It's my fault. So, in return, I put Moma Kills to make up for the difference. So, here we go. As you can see, we got all this here. And what we're going to do is, we are going to send this out. I want to make sure, yes. We're going to send this out. Boom. And that's going to be there in 7 minutes. So, as we go forward, let me explain the whole principle of this build. So, this is what is called a physical build for Witch King. Your whole purpose is to take the massive damage of the Uruk-hai, which you're getting a plus 30 plus a plus 20, which is going to give you a 50% increase in damage alone. That's going to give you a 50% decrease increase in damage. And of course, it gradually decreases every round, but you only need it for the first 2 rounds. Now, usually this wouldn't be a really big difference. I mean, you're thinking about alchemists who do 300 damage percent. You know, why would that think? Now, this is where the minus 35 defense comes. Because the lower the opponent's defense, the more damage you're going to dish out. Because it's a physical damage. Plus, you're going to have, of course, Witch King's main ability, which is the Lord of Nagul. That right there is going to decrease their damage, which is going to allow you to survive, and you're going to do break defense, which it's going to allow Witch Kings to do pure percent. Because look at that, every round he's going to be able to target one enemy and deal, I mean, at max I think it's 200% or more. I think it's like 250%. It's ridiculous amount of physical damage. I just don't have enough skill points to be able to max it out right now, and I apologize. I should have had more skill points. But for this video, he's respect level 5. I said, you know, that's enough, but I guess I need to put more, so now I need to invest more into him. So this is awesome because he's going to deal physical damage every round, so he's going to support the berserkers, so you're dealing a lot of damage to them, and their defense is going down, down, down. You're going to be doing a lot of damage, and man, oh man, you're going to see their board be wiped, and it's sustainable. It's not a glass cannon. You're actually going to be doing a lot of damage and sustaining your berserkers, because they're naturally, berserkers defense are naturally at 35. When you increase their skill tree, I believe it's 35. Here, let's look here. It's 38, sorry. So they almost have a 40 defense, and they're already doing 20 to 24 damage, which is crazy good for a physical attacker to automatically have such a good minimum and good maximum. So you're automatically going to have favor. Their HP is 45, which is phenomenal. This right here, you're going to have such a good time hitting, especially since I have the items to boost Uruk-hais, because the Uruk-hais are going to be just really, really solid when you go in there and you deal that damage and stacks. And as soon as the battles start, more benefits are, of course, going to affect them from the gear I have. So the berserkers are more sustainable and they last longer, and they're going to do continuous damage. They start falling off on round 4 and 5, but who cares? By then, you're dealing a whole bunch of damage, and you should be sustaining the damage to wiping them out. Plus, they're going to do not a lot of damage to you because of the Lord of Minas Morgul. That right there is going to reduce the might and focus by 45, so you don't have to worry. And plus, you're doing a negative damage of negative 20%. So automatically, they're doing barely any damage to you, and you're able to sustain that attack, and you're able to give more damage. plus you're giving initiative, and twice. Now this is going to be interesting because I don't know how they're going to work with the elephants here. This is something I just threw in together so you guys can see the damage, because before the elephants actually deal damage to the berserkers should be able to deal damage in the first 2 rounds, and we should be actually seeing some good damage numbers. So hopefully also I don't get bounced. I don't think we're going to get bounced. No, we're definitely not going to get bounced. So we have 3 minutes to touch down so I can show you guys the build. But this is not actually how the build goes. It's with 6,000 berserkers and the remaining is just fall beasts. You're just producing a whole bunch of fall beasts. The fall beasts are just doing continuous damage with poison, very little, but they're also able to survive there longer, while the berserkers are just dishing out damage. Berserkers are insanely good. They can easily do 44,000 damage. I think it was like, I used pure berserkers last season. I might have a video on that. But they can easily do, just by themselves without any boosting, they can actually do about 30,000 damage per round because of their just damage dealt bonus. It's just crazy how good they are. Really, really good. So as we wait here, we're going to show you the fall beasts. They get more HP. Come on. And then right here, the the elephants get even more HP. They get 82 HP per elephant, which is a little ridiculous if you think that way. So let's see how this lands. We're going to have a good time. I think there might be soldiers on there. I don't know. We're just throwing them out there to see how they all goes. But this is one of the second builds that I wanted to show everybody. It is a very viable build. It's really good, and I've been thinking lately, because I've been so bored of Alchemist. We use Alchemist all the time. It's a great build. It's fast, but I think it would be better with Berserkers. For sustainability, and also just being able to defeat tons of opponents who, because a lot of good faction now, when they fight evil, they naturally have burn damage reduction and also focus damage. So it's good to see something that actually has physical, reduces their defense, see how it is. But we're gonna show you guys the whole effect of this build in 30 seconds. Now, I should, next time, what I'll do is one of my gameplays, I'll produce enough berserkers and we'll be able to find, but this is good. It's like 2,000 berserkers, so they're going to do 1/3 of the damage that I potentially, we'll just times that by 3. Yeah, it's about 2,000, right? Yeah, it's close to 2,000. So, Witch King is coming in. He's going to hit there. Boom. Oh, okay. So, we fought Theo. Go figure. Theo right there. And I think he has, yeah, that's why. 50% on a large creature defense killed. Ugh, crazy build. But let's go ahead and check out the build. Ba-ba-bum. Of course, it had to be, out of all the commanders, I had to fight Theo first. And the guy that actually has a large creature anti-hate. Go figure. So, here comes the Black Captain. Lord of Nazgul. If I didn't have the moment kills, it had all the Berserker, it would have been fine. But it's okay. So, there you go. Fall Beasts are not going to do a lot of damage. They just do mostly continuous damage. That's going to be about 5,000 there. Here comes the elephants. They're doing 2,000. They're doing very little. Boom. Come on, let's do berserkers. Wow, look at that. They actually attacked a whole bunch of times. They're attacking like crazy. What? What? How many times have they attacked? There you go. They're the berserkers attacking. Although they didn't attack twice, did they? They did 5,000. Did the berserkers? Yeah, they attacked twice. Okay, so they did 12,000 right there. Let's see. Round 2, we'll see how it goes again. Boom. They do 26 to the Fall Beasts. Fall Beasts are fine. I love Fell Beasts. Fell Beasts is... I keep saying Fall Beasts for some reason. Fell Beasts are just amazing. Okay, there you go. Second round. They attack again. Boom. There you go. They attack again. Boom. Attack. 2 times. 3 times. 4 times. Oh, I see now. It's because they're multi-attacking because they're hitting everybody. Okay, break defense. Boom. Trying to see. Okay, they did 4,000 there, and they actually only attacked once there. Okay. Okay, so pretty much it's only 2,000. So if I didn't have the beast, hey Zooey, how you doing? If I didn't have the moment kills and it was just pure berserkers, we can calculate because we're gonna times 3 because it's supposed to be 6,000 berserkers. So they did 4,000 plus 7,000. That's 11,000. We'll just say 12,000 because it was like 11,000 close to 12. This is War Argmar versus Rohan and or Mordor. If you want to know what's been going on, it's been a little bit insane. It's been, in the map, it's been crazy. So, let's see, Berserkers times 3. Okay, so the Berserkers themselves would do 36,000 damage. And then from there, we'll boost it up and then minus defense. And they can do about 40,000 per round. And then if they get twice the maximal damage, they could do about 40 to 60,000. So they do a significant amount of damage on there. The Fall Beasts are going to do continuous damage. That's the whole purpose of them. And yeah, that's the build that I would do as a second if you don't want to do Alchemist. Now, I am going to build it serious. I just didn't have enough time to make a lot of Berserkers. That way we can actually see the true potential of it and not actually have just... Because we're not supposed to have moment kills. I just put that in there just for fun because I wanted to see how that works with the double attack. And as you can see, it attacks everybody twice. So don't do moment kills on Witch King. Bad idea. Terrible idea. Yeah, Agmar is doing phenomenal. Agmar is doing crazy good here. And it's not... Well... Agmar is doing good because they didn't have anybody who attacked them. I'm going to be honest. Let's see. I'm going to say how Agmar got so good. Agmar actually did really good here. There was not a lot of dwarves, so Agmar got left alone, and they were able to farm this whole area, push down. Lindel was fighting Lorians in the beginning. It was a mess. So Agmar took advantage of that to farm up, level up, and they got really strong. And then the whales came and they started pushing south hard and wiped out almost all the server. And all was Witch Kings. So those are the two builds I would do on Witch King. I would definitely do this build on Witch King right here. It is sustainable. You're able to do a lot. Minus 35. I will... On my next video, I'll do pure Berserkers and I'll show you guys the true potential, because that right there, I just wanted to show you guys the concept of it. But it's really good. put 6,000 Berserkers, rest Fall Beast, and you're just doing serious continuation damage. Pretty good too. And it will sustain, as you can see there, they last pretty good for about 5 rounds, where the Alchemist fell around like 3rd round or 4th round. But yeah, everybody, we showed you 2 good builds on the Witch King. The primary build is Alchemist. It's the Glass Cannon, Alchemist, and Corsair. We showed you that earlier. It's really great for, here's another battle of it so you guys can see what that is. Those are tier, those are whatever. Here we go. I wanted to show you one good battle. Wipe him out, wipe him out. You know what? Let's show you guys this battle. So, like I said, this is the first build I told you about. Witch King, Alchemist, Corsair. The second one, pure Fall Beast, pure Berserkers. Nothing else. So, usually with... Unfortunately, with Witch King, those are the only really good 2 builds you can do. It's really, that's it. You can't really do that much on anything else. Alright. There you go, the Alchemist attacks. Doing 29 damage there. It goes right there. Bum, 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 bum. They didn't attack twice. Look at that. Oh! Sometimes you don't get to attack twice, to be honest with you. Sometimes when they don't attack twice, then you get really scared. Like, oh my god, it didn't attack twice. And then you just see all your units just fold in, gone. Like a puff of cloud. It's just so there you go. Alchemist attacking again. I think they are gonna attack twice, right? Yes, they attack twice. There you go. That's 70,000 damage right there. Bum, 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 bum. Get that down. Boom, boom. Already wiped. And then round 2 happens. And this is, after round 2, like I said, you start losing your troops fast. So, alright everybody. That's it for the build. Thank you so much for all watching me and the Witch King build. I hope this was very helpful for you, very educational. You can build also trolls on him, do a pure team of Ravengers. It works really well actually, but it's not as good as the Alchemist and the Berserker build. Those are the 2 builds that are really wonderful. Alright everybody, thank you so much for watching. This is Gabriel Phoenix signing out, and hope you all have a wonderful day. Peace out.